All right, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So I recently had a coaching session with my students, and the topic and the kind of like the conversation was around getting attention online. How do you actually monetize your message, your product, or your service? And how do you do it in a way that's not just going to bring in clients, but in a way that you're going to be able to charge more for what you do? So then I thought to myself, okay, I figured that this right here would help a lot of my students. And so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys because I think that you are also going to be able to find value in this as well. Again, whether you are just starting out or you have maybe been trying to get into the online space for some time, or if maybe you're someone that's already generating well into the six figures, I think that this is going to be another way that you can really turn some profit in your company. All right, so there's a concept that I have to give credit where credit is due, and it comes from Russell Brunson, and it comes from the book Marketing Secrets, or Expert Secrets rather. And in that book, he's talking about your niche. It looks something like this right here. And in here, you have pretty much three different markets that kind of, sometimes they overlap, but for the most part, they kind of make up the whole ecosystem of anything that you're selling or whatever your target audience is, which is going to be wealth, it's going to be health, or it's going to be relationships. But in the book, and again, kind of like what I was teaching my clients, it's not enough to say, I just teach, let's say, how to make more money online, or how to clean up your credit, or how to maybe how to put together graphic design tees. That's nice and that's fine because you're identifying the market that you want to be in. But I wanted to take it a step further, and I wanted to kind of share this with you where you have to go three deep, especially if you're looking to charge more for the service that you provide. Now, this is going to do a couple of things for you. Apart from you charging more, you're also going to help your clients get better results because for the most part, all the problems are going to start overlaying over each other. And once you start identifying that these are, let's say, the 5 to 7 most common problems that I'm going to run into with these specific clients, versus, let's say, kind of being a bit broader, and now you have 100 different problems that you're trying to solve, people are going to pay you more money for specific problems that you can solve at a high level because it's going to yield them a high result. So if we're talking about going three deep, let's say that we want to get into the wealth category, right? If we're talking about my channel, we're going to go ahead and let's say that I'm going to use myself as an example. Let's say that my channel is based around wealth, specifically finance or personal finance, right? But that's only too deep. That can go either way. We can talk about personal finance with credit, stocks, investing, crypto, budgeting, tax savings. When you go deep with this, you're not necessarily closing yourself off from the rest of the market. You're just really honing in and kind of narrowing down who you specifically want to work with. So we have newly divorced adults with 2 or more kids. That's pretty darn specific. And if you wanted to get even more specific than that, newly divorced adults under the age of 40 with 2 or more kids, or between the ages of 31 and 41. Now, one of the things that a lot of my clients ask me is, okay, Irv, how do I know I'm in a good market, or how do I know that I'm able to make a lot of money in the market that I'm in? And so the way that I usually answer that is the vehicle and the driver both matter. Let me break that down for you. You are the driver. You're the person behind the steering wheel that's kind of managing the business, or maybe it's overseeing everything in the business, right? And then the vehicle is either going to be the social media platforms that you are on and the market that you decide to go into. If you are someone, and I'm going to use just a very basic example, you could be the best salesperson. If you're someone that you have all of your systems in place, you've been selling for X amount of years, you have your funnels lined up, you know how to retarget ads, you can be the best entrepreneur in the world. And if you're going into a market that's going extinct, guess what? You're most likely going to go with it. I like the way that Warren Buffett says it. He says that if you put a good entrepreneur in a bad market, the bad market usually wins. And if you put a bad entrepreneur in a good market, the market usually wins. And so if maybe you're selling newspapers, or if maybe you're trying to sell book covers, right? And maybe that business isn't as lucrative as maybe it once was in the 90s, you can be, again, the best entrepreneur and you are going to go out of business. But maybe if you're in the NFT space, you can be a semi-decent graphic designer. And guess what? The NFT space is booming right now. And so you can get a piece of the big pie because that market is continuing to expand. This is why vehicles are important. But when you're selling and when you're positioning your product or when you're placing your service in front of people, keep this in mind for as long as you live and for as long as you're in business, because it's going to help you make a lot of money. You are either going to take your ideal customer or your ideal client away from pain or into pleasure. There's really nothing else that needs to be said about that. They're either going to go away from pain or in to pleasure. And so the way that I usually design it in my mind, let's say in the kind of like the way that I explain it to my clients, is if I am talking to someone about credit, I'm either going to say, okay, and by the way, this could be kind of like the same piece of content, just the formula kind of changes, even though the results are the same. They're still going to get to a 750 credit score. They're still going to get to an 800 credit score. They still want to go after business funding for whatever they're looking to achieve in their business or in their personal life. So if I'm creating a message for someone that I'm maybe trying to take them away from pain, I would say something along the lines of, if you are tired of driving your kids to maybe a school that's not in the best school district because of the area that you live in, and you're trying to purchase a home in a better community, then you want to make sure that you work on your credit. I'm kind of playing both sides there, right? I'm taking them away from pain, which is they want to put their kids, or they want to take their kids out of maybe a dangerous neighborhood or maybe a lower income area that's not helping them with their business. And how are they going to do this? They're going to do this by improving their credit. Again, it's the same credit, right? 750, 800, whatever it is, so that they can purchase their home. And now they are involved in maybe a better network. Now they're networking with better people. Now they're making more money. Now their kids are happy. Now their kids are in a better school. They're getting a better education. You see how that kind of trickles down? So you want to kind of play both sides, and both are effective depending on how you want to use it. Now, you don't want to get manipulative with this, because a lot of people, they start manipulating, and I don't think that sales is manipulation. Sales in its purest form is nothing other than persuasion. And so you want to make sure that you're persuading people to make decisions that's going to benefit them. Now I want to share with you this final piece right here, and this is your target audience plus precise marketing equals massive income flow. I had a mentor that one time told me, Irv, you only really need about 100 clients to earn a decent living, especially if you are maybe on the higher ticket side. If maybe you're running more of the volume game, we could bump that up to 1,000. 1,000 people is really all you need to earn a good living. And again, this is all subjective to your price point. If you're selling real estate with the amount of money that real estate agents make, on average, let's say $15,000 to $20,000 on their commission, they don't need a lot of clients to earn a lot of money. And so with that said, when you are positioning yourself either on your ads, or maybe you're doing more of a warm marketing to people that already know you, or if maybe you're posting content on social media, the people on the outside of the bullseye are people that have never heard of you or your company. These people are not interested in anything that you have to offer yet. Then as you start moving into the core or right into the middle, you have kind of like the third layer, and that's people that are somewhat familiar with you. Maybe they saw you on a podcast somewhere, maybe they've seen your ad, maybe they saw a video of yours, whatever it is, they've seen you around somewhere, but they can't quite put their finger on it. Now we have people that interact with you and your services. Maybe they called up your company if you maybe are running ads, and maybe they showed up for a consultation, or perhaps they are in your DMs right now and maybe they emailed you, right? These are people that are somewhat interacting with your services. Maybe they bought a product or two, but they're not yet that big client that you want that you want them to become. So they're kind of, if we're talking about the ascension ladder and you have maybe 6 steps, maybe they're around step 2, maybe step 3, halfway, right? They've interacted with you, but they haven't yet bought your most expensive product or your most exclusive product. And then we have core clients. Notice that this is the smallest group, but like anything else, right? With the 20-80 rule or with the 80-20 rule, 20% of the clients is going to grow 80% of your revenue. These are the clients that are going to buy your most exclusive products. These are the clients that are going to refer you everyone that they know because they absolutely love you, the service that you provide. These are the people that are going to send you referrals, and they're going to pretty much reshare all of your stuff. They're pretty much going to be your sales evangelists for you. These are the people that I would call my VIP clients that I really want to kind of keep in my inner circle, because they're better than your sales reps. Because sales reps, everyone knows that they're being sold to. But when you have a client that you do a good job for, they are going to do the selling for you, because there's nothing that sells faster than trust, and there's nothing that sells faster than relatability due to a referral. So when someone comes in from these core clients, best believe that even though it's the smallest batch, the amount of business that you can get from them is tenfold. So there you have it. I wanted to share these 4 quick things with you guys, because I think that a lot of people are either venturing into the online space, or they're trying to sell to an audience that has no idea who they are. And I think that they could do a better job with getting the product out there. If you found value in this content, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Join the official community. Don't forget that anytime I'm not posting on here, I'm posting over on the Insight with Irv show, which is my podcast style channel. So if you like what we have going on over here, you'll love what we have going on over there. Once again, I appreciate you guys checking us out. Till next time, everyone, I will see you in the next video.